All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And now a fair catch called for, and he'll indeed take it at about the 6. All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Let's get there.
To throw is Mariota. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Titans. Marquise Goodwin with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. you. I got you, son. I got you, son. Check 24.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Reset. He's going to launch it for Washington. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. One. Right, 64, weak. Check. Fresno. One. Fresno.
Following the interception here, Mariota on the slant. He gets it to Clark. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage. Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 7 yards there and a first down. So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Here I come again.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Switch.
They will run for the first time here with White. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Mariota. Deep ball for Goodwin. He's got a man. Complete. A big play that time for the Titans. 42 yards. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
Mariota now to throw on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darius Leonard able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I know there will be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. They'll roll him, and the pressure gets to him again. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack.
Well, no takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very football man.
Mariota. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose, and the Colts pick it up. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for him.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice for such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Titans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And he'll give it here to his running back. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And they give this time to the tailback. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, top strike. Mike 57. Crunch time, defense. 57's the mic. Watch three. Just like that. Just like that. 49.
They'll try to throw now. Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darius Leonard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long.
You got nothing here. You got nothing. Let's one. Here we go. Switch it. Come on, switch it. One.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And that's caught inside the 35. 7-7, our score after 1. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. From the red zone now, Mariota. This is White on the screen. White's got a first down and more. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Mack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Go. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world.
57. Mike, 57. Yo.
On second and 15 now. Brissett. Complete to Washington. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
I'm going to come back to you. 57's the mic. Hey, 57's the mic.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
On third down, Brissett. He completes this one to Mack. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
On play action, Mariota. That's complete to White. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now White. And down he'll go at the 25. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. Check nickel. SOS.
1. 3.
Say.
Now a carry for White. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Tight.
On third down, Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. Airing it out deep for Smith. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago, and it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one.
Watch the pass. 25, check 25.
A run by Mack to start the drive. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. This a give to Mack running to the right. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing. Brissett got an open man. It's Washington. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on third down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Brissett, screenplay, Johnson. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On second down, here's a run with Mack. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a third down.
Third and 3.
Set. Mix the outlaw. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Here's Brissett. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Around the NFL, second quarter in Chicago. And the Bears have scored again. They've got that one on cruise control. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Well, indeed, trying to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mariota Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. Looking here for Smith downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Check Mike 57, Mike 57.
Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On 2nd and 9, Brissett into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, there's a 15 on it. 15 on it. Squeeze, double down. Go. Get it out, boy. Time to the right. Move.
57, Mike 57.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. And that is incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. When you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work, while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now how about the boost the defense gave?
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Alex Anzalone in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Going on the ground, it's White. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Hey, check Mike 57.
Throwing, Mariota. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
On 2nd and 15 now. Brissett, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deshaun Hand, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. I got one. Check Mike 39.
On play action, Brissett looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. They stay on the ground with White. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Hey, switch gears. Kill. Turn up.
1st down, here's White. There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
Coming to you. 3. One. Charlie. Mike 57.
To throw, Mariota. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Brandon, these quarterbacks have their hands full all afternoon long, but they finally get a measure of revenge as he gets himself in a nice spot. He's able to get 2 hands on the football and pick it off.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On the ground, it's Mack. Spins by. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Go. He's coming to you. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey. Anyway. 56 the mic, boys. 56. Check. Go. Push him back. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready. Pittsburgh. 57. And it's getting them home.
36.
22, jet cover. 22, jet cover. Slam.
They go right back to Mack. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. And he is going to get this close to the first down markers. He's brought down at the Titans' 31. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10.
It's our time. Deuce. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
It's going to be a long day. Go on. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Come on. You better bring it. Check 52.
They'll try to throw now. Brissett. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Harold Landry has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Colts on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check. 39.
Watch the run.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
From the gun, here's Brissett. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, set this one off target.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota. The open man is Clark, complete. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll run on first down. White, they'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now Mariota. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
To throw is Mariota. And that's caught by Smith. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 22-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run with White. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
On 2nd down, it's Cummings shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brissett, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Solomon Thomas in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. White now to return. It's a net of 40 there. A punt of 48 and a return of 8. And it'll be Titan football. On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Well, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Mariota here to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mariota looking for Clark. He's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Marquise Goodwin with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
That game's gone final now at Heinz Field. The Bills, they are just continuing to pour it on. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Tennessee, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they're squarely in play for next year mode now as they drop to 2-11. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and